Hey Royals, this is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine this morning. I know it's after 12 midnight, but it don't matter. I was thinking about y'all and I missed y'all and I thought I'd go ahead and talk to you while I'm awake still. I want to talk about us getting so much off of the the physical attraction to someone. Now you need to be attracted to whom you with. I'm not saying get with someone that you're not attracted to, but we need to get more spiritually in tune with someone. Because even if we're physically in tune with someone, it could still be out of tune. Because if that's the only time we get along is when we getting it on, we need to leave it alone. Because that don't last that long. I know what y'all gonna say. I know some of y'all boys is marathon runners. I'm not talking about the longevity of it because it could be long and strong and just not what's on. That doesn't mean anything to someone who understands life on a greater aspect. Yes, you want to be satisfied. Okay, we're going to keep this light. But you don't want to be that be the only satisfaction that you have in the relationship. Other than that, you shipwrecked. That should not be the only part of the relationship. It's not gonna work. Okay, you gonna work it, but it ain't gonna work. Okay, so and think about this. I know it. I'm gonna speak on this level. Y'all can move it around however y'all move it, male, female, however it is for you in your life. I'm gonna say this to you. Whatever submits to you, eventually you're going to have to submit to it too. Yes. Whomever, whatever submits to you, eventually you're going to have to submit to it too. Let me explain. Some people, male or female, doesn't make a difference, but I'm focusing on my males at this moment because they are the leaders, the providers, and the protectors. So I'm talking to y'all for a minute, but look, some people get off on controlling people, or they get off on quote unquote what you call somebody weak and submissive. Submissiveness does not mean that you shouldn't have a mindset, some values, thoughts of your own, and hopes and dreams and aspirations on your own. You got to think about the aspect when they talk about submission. What am I submitting to? Am I submitting to being there just for you? Excuse me. Or am I submitting to something we both can do? But if you are one of those people who love people who they can control and manipulate and play games with and do all of this, and once you say I do, they can't no more. Whomever, the weak one, the one that can't speak one, you eventually submit to them too, because eventually they may have to take care of you. So why would you want to be in a position where you have to tell the person everything that you need for them to do? Or if it comes to a point in your life where you cannot speak for you, they cannot speak for you either. I remember a young man asked me years ago, he asked me, he says, um, how do I know that this woman that I'm with will be a good wife? And I told him I couldn't fully answer that because I'm not acquainted with the young woman. I said, but, or man, you can use flip the roles. But I told him this: if you cannot trust her with your life, don't make her your wife. If she will not speak for you in a way to save you when you cannot save yourself, or take care of you when you're not able to take care of yourself, then put her back on the shelf. That's just was my that just came to me when I was speaking to him, because we don't understand that marriage, and when you say I do, you give people some power and authority over you to a certain point and a certain view when you can't speak for yourself. The person whom you're dating, the person whom you're with, the person who you're planning on walking down that aisle with, will they be with you when you can't walk, when you can't talk, when you can't do? And you might be one of those persons that be well all the way through your life. And there are people who will be able to provide for themselves from the point A to point B to point C and point D. They'll be mobile. They'll be able to be vocal. They'll be able to have their right mind through the whole time. But just in case you don't, what would this person be to you? That's the part when I say to you, and I say this again, and this is going to be the end of this video. The person that submits to you, eventually you're going to have to submit to them too. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, get it before it gets you. I'm out.